Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
All right, here we go again. Buckle up, rough roads ahead. So it's already starting to cool earlier in the day. Not much, but enough to make a difference. So even though we're heading for some heat wave, it's still not going to be as a long part of the day, which means the morning the sun rises later, the sun sets earlier. Right. So it's starting to change. And again, with that, the sun starts moving away. Late in June is the longest day and when we're closest to the sun, if I'm not mistaken. So we're a month past that. It's a way to prepare your mind to see past it. So it is what it is. We'll see how it feels. Wasn't a bad day today, actually. But it was a cooler day than it was going to be tomorrow and the next day. We'll see where it lands because, like I said, historically, and again, it's a different. I haven't been here this month, so it's a different kind of not season, but a different time period, and I don't know the ins and outs of the later summer. But generally, how it works is it heats up, and oh God, let me hear you with respect today. Thanks, whatever her name is. I don't remember. Actually, I have it on a card somewhere. Thank you, Larry. I just healed a popo. Thank you, Larry. Shit, it's God. It's not me. Don't go that direction again. 100%. The Bible's full of telling you why God will do something. 100%. Well, God ending the planet isn't a big deal. It really isn't. I'll put it in the perspective they might understand, like the millionaires and billionaires. I mean, selling off or unloading a shanty in some urban flight community is not a big deal. Sorry. It's not my attitude, it's God's. I take whatever attitude God wants me to take. Because it is God. I mean, I can't do... No human can do the things that God does through me. So I don't know why you think I can. So I'm going to head down and look at some communities tonight just to see. But it was better people. I don't know why. 100%. Unless they're better at duping me. Or maybe you don't want another storm. See, God, what does that show you? Again, it's historical. What I do is actually historic. It explains history, and it is historical. God doesn't immediately destroy you, but I have to speak about it so you can figure it out. Again, the prophet has to speak about it so that you can connect the dots. So God waits and, gives people time to wake up, does little things in their lives. I don't speak about everything that's happening. Right? But I told you, Satan does some of it. God does some of it. What God does is generally neutralize what you're already doing. That's where the law came from. you all made the law, so God made, and we're playing around with people with the law. Oh, you don't meet the law, but you had the power because it was your law to push people away from being lawful, and you still do that. Again, not entering in yourselves, and then not letting them enter in. But what's the key to that? Like, you don't enter in and don't obey the law, and nobody cares. But as soon as they jaywalk, then you're ready to smash them for a capital crime. Yeah, I drove by that school. I think there was 3 cell towers. I might be wrong. And again, the one was over by, or 2 were over by a football field. It's just, it's not where what you want. I think it was, so it's most likely high school or something, right? But you don't want cell towers over there, right? I don't know who authorized that. I mean, it probably made sense, but makes no sense. So it's really weird, like really weird. The day's been weird, but I can deal with weird. It's just torturous. I don't deal with well. And why don't I deal with it well? Because God does it either. So actually, looking at the community, I got a better understanding of the different communities here. Thank you, Larry. All right, was this the one I'm supposed to exit on, or is it the next? I think it's this one. Oh wait, maybe I'm supposed to. Who knows? Let me get off over here. Trying to do it from memory. You have to the mind is, and again, God teaches me this. I don't know any of this. The brain, it has different pathways. So if you attempt to remember something and you recall it, it's a different pathway than just simply trying to recall something that you did without trying to remember it. So it exercises another pathway. So even the direction that you think can exercise or weaken your brain, ability to, lazy thinking or exercising your thinking, like in daily things, like curveballs. It's important. Like, a lot of people structure their lives, and then they don't get any curveballs, and the brain doesn't know how to handle curveballs. Huh. Thank you. That's the only reason I probably lived, is my life has been so chaotic and bombastic. Now, the spells are pretty intense, and so is the psychology. And the psychology eventually turns into physical pain. Make sure. Yeah, it's definitely this direction. I remember this building over here with the cell tower. You have a lot of cell towers, but you have a lot of phone use down here, a lot of internet use. Right. Oh, there's that big bank I belong to. There's a big building over here. Realigned my banking. It appears to be working. We're gonna take over. We're gonna take out Chase. Paul says, and God, this is only because God and Paul are here. As you are known, and as I am known, whatever that known thing is. I'm known, but it's all inside, mostly inside, right? And a lot of people won't take that risk, ending their own life by being my friend. All right, so some suicide curse just came up real quick. So that needs to be healed down here in Olathe. or Overland Park, I guess. Still, it's got an Overland Park, Olathe, Grandview. Oh wait, Missouri. This is all just 135th and 69. Anyway. Anytime you see construction zones, are possible. It didn't have the crane, but it told me to get rid of the curse to hang a person to hang themselves. It's kind of almost a visual, a subliminal, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Larry. And then there's a lot of traffic around construction zones. People get let to work. So Satan uses all that. Satan, he tried to use that in my life. When it was right when John died, but I can't remember the order of things. So are these two people homeless, or are they just panhandling? Trying to figure this out over here. Oh my gosh. Wait, I left my money at home. Shoot. Now I have cash. I have cash to burn. I give it to panhandlers. Living large. All right, somebody's billing her to be a prostitute, just off of 69th and or 69 and what do I say, 135th or something. The first exit, if heading south so that would be north. It would be west. There's a couple there, but she's already been willed to be a sex worker, and she might be one. I don't know, but because I don't want to know that. That's kind of one of the things with God and I. I mean, if I need to render assistance outside of where I need to know that, then I'll know that. But otherwise, I don't want to know that about a person. I want to see them whole, as because the world will enter in. And again, if I don't, if I'm not a respecter of persons, then it's a lot easier to just. It puts it in the right perspective. Again, I know that's kind of weird, but it puts it in the right perspective. Where I don't have an ability to even be a respecter of persons. I don't have to fight it, because I don't think about law enforcement. As soon as I came in from the other side, and as soon as I turned and saw the school field, I don't know if it's just a school or what it is, but as soon as I saw it, I saw the crucifix. There's a bunch of cell towers over here. No, I think this is it's a college. Okay, it's not high school, I guess. Even better, right? Or what is this? Look what this is. It's a school, but I don't know what school it is. Thank you. Or I'll know because I'm going to spin around and read that sign. I'll give you the road and tell you, make a right turn onto whatever I just turned on to. I should be in a house here. I know, Judge, go away. I don't mean it like that, Judge. I don't know what judge it is. It's a judge. I know a judge when I see one. Get it? No, the judges are mad. Some of them very mad. And then their spirit is also a manager in a community. They're a leader within their community, their housing communities, and I'm supposed to be there. 100%. I'd had a house, believe me. God set it up so I could buy and sell. I wasn't flipping them, but by living in them and purchasing good deals, I would make money. Okay, so what is this? North. Oh, it is a high school. Okay, yeah. So very big high school. I see the school is kind of away a little bit, but it's just saying it's not a good practice to put these. And it is their field over here, I guess. And there is a school buses, and what's that over there? Is that another school? 133rd in Switzer. Okay, yeah, I can see the line here. Appian Way to the right, going down Switzer towards 130. What is this? Fifth. If you go 135th, I guess it's east, and you make that turn at Switzer, a crucifix. It's kind of tilted a little bit at the top. It's a telephone pole, but we drive by them every day. But they can show us things. And see, this one over here is the cancer symbol. This one over here is the cancer symbol. I'm at the intersection heading south at 135th and Switzer, and I look to my right. I'm about 10 foot from the intersection, and I look to my right, and there's the cancer symbol by the that's the soccer complex with the lights there. So there's a lot going on over here, I guess. There's another cancer symbol, the second one up. Then they go back to, oh no, they are still some of the cancer symbols. Okay, the messages now, if you look at the light poles, I don't know if you can see it, it's coming from aliens. Now, that could be a spiritual alien. There's more spiritual extraterrestrials than physical ones. And sometimes I think that's what people see. I'm just not sure about it. I looked into the sun one time and saw a shadow shaped like a ship. I don't know where it came from. It was strange. I mean, it's plain as day. So let me see over here. There's a cell tower there. I guess it's only a couple, but right. It just I got the sun's in my eyes here. Yeah, right. Maybe a few actually. But you definitely have cancer symbols. I would heal it. Again, you don't have to know what it is if you heal it, but if you know what it is, you can more effectively heal it, because kind of the rules of the people that cursed people over the ages, right? And they had money, big, status, like, maybe Attila the Hun. I don't know if he did it. He could be like actually the nicest guy on earth. He just was whacked, right? Oh my God. So yeah, the cancer symbol is like the double cross or something like that. At least it looks that way to me. Oh Jesus! Somebody's trying to make a debt to Jesus when I say things, and they're not supposed to do that. Jesus doesn't make debts. The debt is an earth system. They actually made debts. They gave Jesus, part of killing Jesus, crucifying him, was to make a debt to society that obviously didn't exist. He healed everyone. You owe me because you owe. That's how they put people in prison. They make them owe, and then eventually they have to commit a crime to pay their. But it's like a false system at that point. Devils, demons, antichrist, witches, and sorcerers. Thank you, Larry. It's an addiction to kill people. That's what they're dealing with. Healed in the name of Jesus. Guy doing the weed whacking over by the gas station here. I don't know if he works there or he's working for someone else. Yeah, I went to this Price Chopper a while back, and I was looking to move into here. I got the buzz to try to move in here. It'd probably be $100 cheaper if I'd have moved in when I was looking. But again, I'm going to be house poor. I'll have to figure it out. Right. I got to get out of where I am. It's not healthy. I bet you if I'd have moved in when I wanted to move in, I wouldn't have had that vertigo. But again, you feds, that's part, or it comes out of your insurance. I've got the same insurance. That's my dad's name, Meyer. Meyer Music here. My dad was huge. I just, spiritually, at this point, that would be an awareness. But I killed him. For me, it was like, am I going to live past that age? That was a big deal for me to live past that age. I died when it's like 45. Right. But yeah, actually, it's more like your mother's health is what you generally look at. Right. And she's still kicking. I guess at almost, no, not twice that age, but out there. Yeah, Larry, thank you. Thanks, Larry. I just need to get my weight back down. The same thing she's doing. I think she's getting her weight down. She was lost for a while, and she came back. They had her medication all screwed up, and the other day I spoke to her, she's like normal again. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm down here looking at this area, figuring out what I'm, if I move in here, what it is. Right. Thank you, friend. Looks pretty much like it did in the daytime. I guess in the fall it's real nice down here, I imagine. Cools down real nice. All right. Key is to get me back on my bicycle. That might get you a few points. Heal the name. You're letting your dog pee on the development sign. It's like a big stone creation, and lady's got her little dog out there and he's crapping and peeing by the sign. Of all this grass here. Maybe that's a sign, right? Somebody cursed the development. It's spoke by the University of Kansas. Amber Meadows is cursed. Heal that. Somebody shit on it. Might have something to do with the school being cursed too. I don't know. Because the inference is coming up. I don't know. I don't have any verification that that's connected. But again, God can send a message in a second, and sometimes it's just a kind of very fading thing. Gilmore. What's Gilmore? Gilmore. See, God does that. I don't. Who is Gilmore? What's it say there? Can't read it. Gilmore spells Gilmore. There's Stratford Place. Here's a cell tower. How close would I be to that? I see people that are so wealthy, just like big, huge power lines, in a, $500,000 to $1 million house, I'm like, So again, the spirits were speaking. Okay, look at this path over here. You can ride your bicycle here. Again, there's judges in with that. Thanks, Larry. Because maybe they ride their bicycle there. I don't know. Or they live in the community. No, it's the energy is so much better down here. I have no idea what it is up there. Thank you, Larry. It may be that there's more trees here. There's a lot of trees up in Shawnee. Shawnee wasn't too bad. But it's just the idea that it was so hilly. I mean, it's a little hilly here, but not like Shawnee. 100%. Now I have to, of course, get the place to be moved in, and it's a little bit more than I want to spend. That's why it's probably available. If for that much square footage, it's on the high side. But again, I got to get somewhere, at least for a year, and then I can figure it out. I I'm not gonna be able to heal in that place where I'm at, or heal any further. Right. Yeah. But the problem is when I go up in price for rentals, then I lose money for massage therapy. That's like I said, the insurance should. It's the smartest thing in the world. The insurance companies should be including a certain level of massage therapy. I mean, even one a month, or maybe 10 a year, or even 6 a year, and one every 2 months. It's going to make a large difference for people that are getting tight, even young people. Like I told the guy that the combat engineer, combat veteran from Afghanistan, semi my neighbor, he's in and out of that place. He has a family home in Missouri, and then he's on the road a lot, and they pay for lodging when he's on the road. I think they do. And if you're tight, I said, at your age, you just need to get massages. I said, the chiro sounds great, because he said his chiro said he was tight. But I said, your chiropractor can't do as much. Your chiropractor can actually, they don't like saying it, but they can actually do damage if you're too tight. If you're too loose and too tight, right? Like too loose, they can counter for. But like with me, one time, I took a muscle relaxer because something happened. So they gave me a few muscle relaxers. I took it, and it messed me up, because he was using the same pressure he used before, right? I didn't tell him I was on a muscle relaxer. And I was like, whoa, what the hell was that? But see, they can wear down on your body so the best thing is to get the massage. And then if you can go to chiro. But the massage is going to loosen everything. Like the more damage to your structure, the less the massage alone is going to do something. Right. But generally the massage will free you up enough. The body will adjust in mostly by itself. Well, if it's not letting go, then it's just going to pull it out of line again. And the feet, I just got the fleet feet over here. Just gave me a cue. The feet are much more important. A lot of people are looking at the back, but what they're looking at is the effects of the feet on the back. And instead of correcting the feet, that's why this one guy, because I had the same thing where I was like off kilter, and I was like, what's causing it? What is it? They said it was my back. And then I read this one pretty good surgeon, at least he's part of a good group, and he's getting there. He's one of the junior guys. I mean, he's not terrible, I'm sure. University of Pennsylvania, I think. Oh, no, he's Jefferson. Jefferson's real good. In Philadelphia, Jefferson Hospital, orthopedics. He gets written up by one of the people, and it says, he left my back screwed up. He did it crooked, and I know what he's feeling because it's what I'm feeling. The one side is pulled the body, contorting the body. Legs are pulling it, and the going to be able to do it. So he's complaining that he. I mean, it's almost impossible that that's crooked. To the point where the guy knows it's crooked. Right. He actually needed most, maybe even cortico in his legs, healed in the name of Jesus. Elementary school. But the ridge doesn't look too bad, and just heal it when you see it. If you get in the habit of doing that, then your schools will be fine. You just see a school, you heal it. You say, well, why am I here looking at the school? All right, I got to find where I got to go. To pull over, because I'm not going to find it without. Okay. Right. Now I'm receiving messages within this housing development. Well, one of the things you have to understand is these people that own these houses have way. So they have a little way to clear things. And like attack, attack, special attack. Again, if people property or but it's able to send some messages here. Yeah, it doesn't look okay. Yeah, the school I can see. So what's happening here in this neighborhood is there's a little blinding of seeing what's going on. I had to come by a second time. I can see demons, and I can see like an effect of the demons. For some reason, Entebbe came up. Something like was it Entebbe? No, not Entebbe. Entebbe's the airport, right? Or was that where the Munich? Yeah, the Munich thing, the Munich Olympic takeover. I don't know why it would happen there, but that kind of came up for some reason. Oh, I see. Yeah, now I see. That's weird. But those guys are there. That should be SWAT. That are wrong, right? They were going to do a dynamic entry of some sort in the spirit world. So, but when I initially, so again, the problem is that the SWAT team is either bad, just seen bad, find their spiritual manners or whatever it is, or though somebody may have just cursed them to appear evil, or even to actually have a bad shoot. So again, that's where that comes from. So if you're always minding these things to fix things, thank you, Larry, then you won't be attacked by them. But the best way to heal it is to heal everyone else. You can get, it's sin for a season. You can get away with cursing other people, and your life will go well. Your life will still stay well, but what is it really? And what's the limitations of not having lamentations? Right. So again, we're in a period of time that can be considered somewhat lamentations. Thank you, Virgin. Thank you, Larry. What's this over here? I have to go put this in my navigation in a second. Okay, I see. Well, we God and I and spirits, we monitor your businesses and what it looks like what's actually happening in your community, business wise. Businesses close up, but again, businesses close up sometimes because they move somewhere else to a newer building or whatever it is. The hope is that something would backfill and wouldn't stay vacant. Okay, a crucifixion over here. Again, not every telephone pole looks that way. Is it that family golfing or is it the golf course? Yeah, the golf courses are having problems. I don't know. I guess you know what it is. People are very high powered that go golfing, some of the people, and they're cursing. So everybody that goes there is generally higher power, but you may get like what do they call it? A caddy or somebody that doesn't have money or way, and they go golfing, and then next thing they're drunk on the golf cart and they run somebody over or try to shoot somebody. So again, that's how things work. So I have to get to this place here. I have to pull it up now.
Turn right onto South Quivira Road.
Okay, so I gotta go back. I gotta get my headphone back on. Yeah, the thing's attacking me now. Makes sense. Yeah, it's definitely getting sunset's definitely happening sooner. The thing is, where I live is like Devil's Island. The sun will hit you from like, sun up to sundown, or even before sun up for most people, and sundown for most people happens earlier than it does for us. So it's kind of the way it's sitting there, and it like right now it wasn't too bad, but if I went around the other side of the building, it probably would be. But that, people started cursing. The problem is people that knew to heal decreased, and that can happen simply by people not wanting other people to do well in life. So you have less healers to begin with. Like God said I was healing my whole life because my heart healed, but I wasn't aware of it. There's even evidence that, which is weird, but God did that. I went to a church and a woman said, there's Larry doing those hand gestures again. So she saw my like I was doing high signs and healing things, but I appreciate it, Larry. Thank you, friend. I had no awareness that I was doing it prior to actually that time being there. As just a few weeks maybe earlier, I began knowing about healing and all of that. When 9/11 happened, my hands were just moving crazy, scratchy, make it scratchy, itchy, and I'll be touching my, sending messages. Sometimes I'll be healing things. Since then, that's how God did it back then. It's like really itchy, like for like months on end. It was just to get me signing people and doing other stuff. All right, so this is the way I came in earlier, I think. No, when I got out of government, I healed terrorism and everything else away for a while, or what terrorism I could. People were, you have to understand, people were actually willing it up and cursing it into existence. Oh my God. Thank you, Larry. So God sent me to save the ethnic people from becoming terrorists. So I went up to New York, New Jersey. I actually started in, I think, East Baltimore, stuff like that. No, I don't know. It's just like I was going to get a second floor apartment, and then she pulled a first floor out of like thin air. So now but the location for the first floor is not really what I want, but the price is right for the size and all of that. I have an extra bedroom. I mean, they're small bedrooms, but I can use the one bedroom as storage. On the other one, my idea was to get a parking garage, but I thought it was going to be 1,300, and it went up to 14 because she gave me the bigger one. Because she said she didn't have small. We walked into one apartment, somebody was still living in there, so I don't know what happened. Where we didn't walk in, but we got ready to. It was like whack. Like all its furniture and stuff, and we're like, ah. I don't think it's a renovated apartment, though. I think it had carpet still. Thank you, Larry. The one on the second, and I'm sure I could get my stuff up there myself. But if it was 1,300, I'd be all over it. Right. Because I could get a garage for the same price as the other one. They're giving me a reduced price on the 2-bedroom, but I think that's because it's just not a choice area. 100%. So I'm kind of looking at where the sun is in relation to all that. I actually think the 2-bedroom, the 2 bedrooms actually like $20 more or something, but I don't need. And I guess to tell you the truth, the one bedroom is large enough. It's only like 30 square foot smaller. It's just not a dedicated room. It's small enough for my storage. Right. But if I have a bicycle, then I got to go to the second floor. So the idea, when I thought it was going to be 1,300, I figured the garage would work $100, and that would give me a place to put my bicycle. 100%. Yeah, it's definitely much nicer here than where I'm living. And when you come out the back side of this development, it's funny. I don't know how you say that road, but it has to do with Father Abraham. I don't know if it means what I see it as. 100%. It's not spelled as it's spelled in the Bible, but it phonetically fits. Thank you, Larry. Well, it's a little more private on the second floor one, but I don't know. It's definitely, if I was in my younger days, I'd go for the second floor. 100%. I don't really have that much stuff, so it's not a big deal. It's just, I probably would want to take apart the kitchen carts before. I have like 3 of them, real nice big ones. They work for the mobile lifestyle. When you're with Spring Swings, you just push them into the elevator. And then push them out of the elevator when you move out. I just wish I wish I had got my VA increased instead of them having it shut down and not increased. 100%. All right, I'm trying to figure out. So I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So I'm somewhere. I'm like, right. Is that it? It's the apartment, I think. Or is it this one over here? I got to figure out which one I'm in. Or which one I'm looking at. Somebody's in that one. So that's not it. If I wasn't worried about, keeping an eye on my vehicle and keeping an eye on my apartment from my vehicle, I would probably, because they have some really nice ones that don't overlook the parking lot here. It goes into like a wooded kind of common area. The second floor and third floor are nice because you kind of got a little bit of view. You don't got to worry about people looking in your windows, right? Pulling up in front of your house and you're in your underwear. Ah! I just wish I had got that like a $300 a month raise. Probably should have 100%, but well, I think there's generals out there that believe I should have 100%. That just shows you how nothing's working. 100%. I mean, obviously, you're actually fighting your own system, all of you, which is going to destroy everything. Right. Which is going to destroy everything. Which is going to destroy everything. Because I earn credit in your system. I'm supposed to have. That's where God is. If I would have gotten even, and it isn't all of it, if I got a fraction of it, an acceptable fraction of what I earned in my life, then God wouldn't have a problem with it. But then again, I'd be healthy, I'd be married, I'd be in church. So there are a larger number of, what do they call that? Actually, looks like nobody's in the first floor. A larger number of of personalized plates. So you have to understand that that means you would notice. All it needs is like a 5% increase in personalized plates, and then you would notice all of them. That's how spycraft works. If they were doing something in relation to that, I'm gonna try to find if I have a compass here. Oh, there's my compass. All right, so north is over there. I might be a little sunrise in the face there. It's kind of mellow in here. Right. Of course, there's people younger than me because most people my age are living somewhere else. There's no reason for me to go to old folks' home. They'll probably treat me shittier than the young people. Agreed. Wait, what? Oh wait, so they're both going the same northeasterly direction. I thought Quivira. Oh yeah, it does run north and south. I don't know what that. Wait, which road is? Oh, okay, that's Quivira, right? North and south. So east. So on this one, but you have trees right there. So right, it like these where trees are placed are very important on sunrise and sunset. Right. For some reason I thought this one was southerly. Not a southerly thing. It doesn't. Okay, this one is a northerly. That's northern exposure, which means it'll have light most of the day, maybe, but probably not direct. Not like, facing due east in the morning with no trees. That's where my room is. Let me look at this one more time. Okay, it's north. Oh, wait, that one's southerly. Oh, no, because it shifts this way. Right. Where I thought it was in development. That's southerly. Well, I got to go over here and take a look. It was one of the. Oh, it was the original one that we were looking at. That we thought that had somebody living in it. Well, maybe they could be squatting at this point. I don't. Right. That's what may be happening there. They might have to get evicted. Right. She told me nobody checked yet. We don't know. I don't know if it's clean. She said nobody checked it. They moved out and nobody checked it. So I don't know if it's clean. Just, it is what it is, And she clicked the door and there was like furniture. She's like, oh well. Hey, those people got like a fence. I guess they got a dog and a fence. That's interesting. They let them put a fence up. They're pretty nice here. Again, we don't want to kill our renters if we don't have to. And I guess some places they like to keep it by the book 100%. But they look pretty lax here about storage units. And that person had a fence. Let me heal that guy. He looks like he's having a bad life. Hopefully he's not addicted to narcotics. And I'm using a lot of gas here. I'm gonna have to fill up. What time is it? Oh, I just missed freaking Sam's Club. Here's another personalized plate. So yeah, so I mean, I bought a personalized plate. So if everybody else, if there's a ton of people that get that blip, then personalized plates will increase. 100%. But if somebody's using them to whack somebody's head, if a group of people, whether they be government, private sector, or whatever, right, NGO included, protectors of the children included, then that could cause a larger disruption in the community. Well, the will is to see the plates. I mean, the license plate screwed up. Yeah, probably should have been here 10 years ago, right? Yeah, look, I bought some Skechers shoes. Now this guy's walking around with an S on his shirt. That was a pretty big purchase, I guess, for a couple pairs of shoes. So I'm getting in Skechers, but if I don't keep them, I guess I don't know. I'll try the other ones. I need better shoes. They're just not holding up. And it's funny because to realize what was happening, I had to go to Amazon. I think I looked at a set of shoes. I don't think it was Skechers. I don't remember what it was. But I go to Amazon, and what I figured out was that after a short period of time, my Avia shoes, the rubber was compressing and not holding up. And what that was doing is causing my ankle to like be at an angle. It was my left side of my heel was depressing into the rubber. There wasn't enough support at that point. That's also why I think I didn't buy this other set of Skechers, because they had less support. I think it was a set of Skechers that I have. All right, I got to go find gas. Probably going the wrong direction. And none of you had a right to do what you did in my life. There's nothing in the world that, it's all bullshit. The whole system's bullshit because they abuse it. Now, it could have a limited use, but again, if I engage in activity B, I get that. But yet, something else gives me 30%, then I should go with the 30%, right? But it doesn't give you that narcissistic joy to get that 30% of enforcement success because it's not abusive. So again, that's one of the things. The other thing is you may get a 10% enforcement success, but again, when it runs its course, it's sin for a season because you get 30% increase in crime within 10 or 20 years. Testing the neighborhood. Neighbor waved. Get a score in here. Vera and 144th here. Ashford Villas. Friendly people. But yet, then I would have to get in conversation. Next, God will send somebody to get in conversation with them. I'll go LGBTQ, and they'll go, ah! Woke! DeSantis is our king! All right, they're nasty. I'm working to heal, what's her name? The White House girl, the trans girl, trans woman. What's her name? Rose Montoya. It looks like it might be taking. Thank you, Larry. She probably has me in her mind. She probably doesn't know who I am. Or maybe she does. I don't know. She probably doesn't. I would think. Thank you, Large. Thank you, friend. Well, as far as I know, she's supposed to be a preacher. Thank you, minutes. Father was a preacher, and she was supposed to be a preacher as a he initially. But she may have had the same psychology, so she's not allowed to be a preacher because she would say, "Live and let live," judge not lest you be judged. So they got to make her the sinner. So now everything she says and believes is because she's a sinner, quote unquote. But of course, the church's take on sin is BS. Yeah, you gotta heal. Okay, so it's Quivira Road, isn't it? You gotta heal Quivira, however you say it, Quivira Road. It's coming up dirty as far as curses and right, it takes people down. It's nasty, nasty evil, not nasty sexual. But you see how that word came up because I was speaking about Rose Montoya. They're very angry that I speak well of somebody that's a trans. She's the woman that showed her breasts at the White House. I didn't want to go there. No, I didn't want to go there, Rose. Don't get upset. That's her spirit. Oh, you had to go there. But again, it highlights something. Again, different societies. That's her. That's where she is. Again, if she wasn't there, if she was where she was supposed to be, that wouldn't happen. But the people that are condemn her for being there are the ones that shifted her life because they don't want her to be a good preacher as a man. Like a shrimp. Thank you, Larry. So again, that's what when you get to the point where all the disciples are like, wait a minute, let's not judge people, so we're not a respecter of persons. Let's not this, let's not that. When you get to that point, these are the initial, not as in depth as I'm explaining it, but these are the inferences that they began to see and draw, and that's why they were being killed. There's no doubt that people have tried to manipulate Christianity so it would be where it is today, and where it was. Even look at the Inquisition and things like that. We have a spycraft Inquisition. That's what they do nowadays. And again, it includes witchcraft. Trying to get some gas here. I don't know if it's going to be expensive or not. So God said some stuff to Samuel, but it meant everything I'm saying, but it didn't mean it's kind of expensive there. At least I do get a discount because it's 5% off with my credit card. I could try to use my app. Where's my app? I used to get in. Oh, I'd have to put my other credit card in. In Oklahoma, I used to get a hefty discount using the app. Phillips 66. Bless their children. I gotta update it. I liked using it when I was getting the discount. It was nice. Made it cheaper than Sam's Club. But now, if I use this credit card, I'll get an additional 5%. I think it was 5%. So, on a gallon, you get like 15 cents. So I could end up getting... I got to remember how to log into this thing. I don't know. Well, stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do.